Welcome on back everyone to Total War Warhammer 3 and part 19 of our Legions of Nagash Azar Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode we're here with Nagash to reclaim the lost city of Khemri, and I'm thinking the best way to do that is to actually... So the hit city of Khemri here, they will have walls and a bunch of savage orcs. It's a savage orc camp. Got a troll cave going in, and then the musta fields. It is probably a better call to actually attack them on the open field and draw them in where we can blast them to bits with our bone giants and hold the line with our Nagash as our guard. And give us a close victory with medium casualties here. Let's find out. Can the core lobber hold the line against Nagash himself? Alright, we have ourselves a choke point battle. Let's start up deployment. And, I mean, since they have reinforcements, they should sit back and wait for us to approach. Let's go ahead and deploy the golems as a frontal... As our guard up front. We'll put the halberdiers directly in behind the bone golems, that way they can work together. Tear things to shreds. In the middle will be the glowing ghouls, and they can hit flanks. Mortis engine here. Two bone giants a little bit further back. Nagash just kind of waddling straight on into the enemy. We'll have the White King holding the center here. These bats are borderline useless, but we could drop them on the Savage Orc Great Shaman there, and they're gonna have a really bad time. Morghast and their Archive ready to work together to wipe out any flankers, and grab our last two Nagash as our guard and keep them on the inside here. We'll just swap things up a bit. Good. 3-man front line. Mortis engine here, you in the center behind, and the ghouls ready to rush in. There, looks a little bit better. Let it begin. So they are going to advance. Works for me. Let's go ahead and split you both up. If we can get in close, we can just drop in the Soul Stealer in the middle here and yoink away all of the health. Also looking to separate those rogue idols from the rest of their squad there. Alright, so they're going to sit there and do nothing. We are going to advance the squad even further towards the board here. Alright, they're going to come across. Let's go ahead and land on the boar boys in the back line then. These guys do the same. Did they disappear? What's going on here? Go ahead and slow them all down so they're not going to be able to reinforce as easily. Nagash, go ahead and fall back just a bit. Can we go Hand of Dust? Nice, too far away. I will, however, throw the Doggos of Doom. Lord's getting wiped out in a hurry. Let's have the Archive get back up in the air. He got obliterated. We didn't even have to use any of his abilities. Slay him. Alright, now the Bone Giants can start blasting in. Use your charge to get out of the fight and into those war boys. Hunt down in this mage. And Nagash can hold the line here forever, especially with the ward save. Your arrogance proves to be your doom. So if you are charging up and through, you gotta give him credit. The trolls are gone, though. Let's go ahead and throw in some X-Raids here. Enemy Lord's gone. Let's see, they've got a lot of lads going around on the flanks. Kill the Lord. Get you all back up in the air. They're into the golems. I didn't mean to leave the hex rays here. Charge them through into the savage orcs. You start blasting away at the rogue idol forming, and you hit the giant. Glowing ghouls charge. Rush them. Low Nagash is back. Let's turn him back around into the... Oh, that's not Nagash. Group 1 be in guard mode, so you don't charge through and lose positioning here. Alright, let's go take out these stone trolls. They're all by themselves. You got these cavalry that have rushed in, again, all by themselves. And Hand of Dust on this rogue idol. Let's see how much damage it is. And Disintegrate. Maybe not use it because we're too close. Gosh, fall back just a bit. You catch him. And then we want to use... I want to see how much damage the Hand of Dust gets. Alright, that cavalry is already gone. Get back in the air. Big chunk of damage. Oh, there's no escape. Only the void. Getting him back up in the air, the bone golems and halberdiers held them off very nicely. Charge the side here. Get those savage orcs a good washing. Not sure why you charged through. You are now dead. Congratulations, you won. Oh, they disintegrate like constructs now. Let's go. You tried your hardest. And those stone trolls are being chased right off the map. And anything that charges the Morghast just get wiped out. Let's leave the Archai in as a anchor, and the other two can try to get away from the fight for a moment. The two bone giants continue to sit there and just point blank into the other kind of giant. Go for the heals here. Alright, if the Archai can't get away, I guess we have to just come to them and get those heals. Have it go ahead and charge this big group. Should not want to fight for too long. Just getting close and go for the heals. Oh, giants. Is he just yelling at them? Old strategy. I'd use this club more than yelling, but... each their own, I guess. Throw the Doggos of Doom through this way, and we can just watch them all die. There is no escape. Giant's getting shot to pieces. And now we just go ahead and grab this group, lock them, and send them in. Rear charge on Nagash is an interesting idea. Our poor boys are doomed. We got some more hex rays, just charge them right in. If we just had a single Archai, the fight with all of these rogue idols would have been way easier. Slam in here. The end is nigh. Go for another Soul Stealer on this bunch. Into the Hand of Death. X-rays show them you mean business. Hammer of Dawn strikes. Alright, well that worked out pretty well. Nagash goes toe-to-toe with a rogue idol easily. Modlist does not discriminate. Some of them firing arrows at Nagash. Brave. Just for you. Just for you. Hungry Hounds dive on in, and the last units to survive are the Rogue Idols, stomping around their big rock feet. Werewolf. Yeah, they got obliterated. Beautiful, we've got plenty of orcs to run on down for their transgressions of claiming Kenry, and I will catch you in a moment. And only one of ours falls in the battle. That's what you like to see. We will go ahead and 53% replenishment. We'll take the return on those captives. Enjoy your lives. Briefly. Well, that's the core lobber destroyed. Now we've got a new leader down there and a new big hatter. So many necromancers or apprentices. Can we reach Kimry? Glorious. Snazdrog appears to just be kind of bugged out over there, which is fine by me. We'll go ahead and take back Kimry. Simply occupy it. And there we go. Land of the Dead back under our control. We'll start buffing things back up here. Tarnished gold shaft into the mortuary house. Perfect. And with 20,000 gold, I think we'll go for the murderous seals, or unholy seals gives us 20 more armor when defending. That seems pretty amazing. The pyramid's edges. Costs a heap though, doesn't it? That better be great. We've got Archon coming on down here to raid in Stormhenge. I'm also going to upgrade Galbaraz at Tier 3. Nothing to be done in Morgheim just yet. Nagashazar is nearly up to the next tier. We have brought Krell up to Karak Azul, which is going to be an easy leg sweep for us. We lose a few of our Graveguard, but that's entirely fine. I want to continue to wipe out the Skaven as quickly as we can. We don't want them to have any time to recover. There goes Clan Vulcan. Who's hiding in the Black Iron Mine, then? Perhaps the Clan Rictus Skaven? We'll find out quite soon. Oh, here we go. Warpstone load gives us more glowing ghouls and a low chance of generating Warpstone every turn. And then we can go for Salt, too, which is going to give us better zombies and less upkeep for zombies, too. Salt for the Salt Pits. Let's drop in the Mortar. Oh, actually, hang on now. We can't forget to upgrade Neferata's settlement here, otherwise she's going to have a bad time.
Wishes the red kiss.
Upgrade both of these. Neferata, how's your buildings doing? We need more cash. We can upgrade her up to the Domain of the Dead, which we absolutely shall.
Dare.
I do. You should lose. Get rid of these skeleton archers for proper great bow. Great bow Ushabti. Probably a bone thrower or two as well. 2 bone throwers, and then we'll go ahead and get rid of these 3 zombies for Ushabti Great Bow. Ushabti, where are you hiding? 2 of them. That way we're at least attempting to outrange the Dawi. Alright, next. Mortarch of Shadow Caledria, we need to take the... Always surprising me. She spawns over in Wily Village. Only 1 ruler, first among peers, a Luther, a Mortarch of the Abyss. That'll put us at odds with the Lizardmen just about right away. Titans of Death, First Anvil, and Omen's Own. Melee attack and defense for Ushabti is interesting, although Despair Zone is armor for all of our guard units, and then weapon strength too, which we have a lot of them out there, so let's grab this, and then probably we'll circle around to grabbing, not Vlad, but Luther the Crazy. Mortarg of the Abyss.
Impress me.
Alright, Manny, looks like they did not choose to move. Which is unfortunate.
We shall rise.
We don't quite have the Wind of Death. We have the Curse of Years, which is going to drop melee attack by 24, which is pretty dang nasty. Now we're going to continue to try to go for an ambush.
March.
Lure the forces of Labaris on in. Well, we've got a little bit of cash. I guess we can get you creatures that stand up towards the Sepulchral Stalkers. Sounds good to me. On top of that, we'll get you a Twisted Malevolence, a further bump, and then an Elixir for the Dread King or Ceremonial Band. Neither of them are very exciting. Let's go for Endless on Death and continue down the blue line. Devastating Charge for our Guard Captain, finishing off his entire melee tree there. We'll go Mentor for Meshep so all of the other Archai level up faster, and then Blade Shield. Blade Shield, Blade Shield. Even without any items whatsoever, these are the scariest heroes of all time. Ranger's Quiver doesn't do anything. Give Ivan the Destroyer some moonshine, that sounds about right. And Outrider's handguns doing nothing for him. Charmed Shield. Let's see if we can't combine up the Biting Blade and the handgun. Sword of Anti-Heroes is pretty terrifying. Gives them magical attacks and an ability to absolutely curb stomp someone. Works for me. I think we could probably give him a few more ancillaries. You can give them banners? Well, that's awesome. Obviously, you want to give them all big hatters too. Black Cats is more control. No thanks. Campaign line of sight. Keeper of Tomes. Lich aren't going to be doing anything for you, but a Necromancer's Apprentice is more research rate. And more research rate from the student. And then Perfect Vigor for yourself. Hello there. Yes, please. Yeah, pass out a couple more ancillaries to all of our Archai. Looks like you've got all the good stuff. Can give you an Undead Bard for Perfect Vigor. Alright, that will do.
Yes.
Efrado, we know you haven't moved. Mammoth's available back in the Land of the Dead, so let's go ahead and drop in the Tempest of Death so we can zoom around and deal with these clowns in a hurry. Zoom around and deal with these clowns in a hurry. Elven Wipeout the Defenders of Zandri, which we shall loot and occupy. Hands off our loot. Not today, not ever. Let's not worry about upgrading Al-Hayy. We'll just send you in and try to go after some of the heroes here. Let's get this Life Mage. Yes, Life Mage. Gross. Well done. Yolene is going to have to spend a few turns recovering from her headache. Let's go Specialist, and then pull up our Province tab. New Moscow up to Tier 3, absolutely, and now we have no more cash. So we find our lords that haven't been moved.
I'll be all powerful.
Yanakat.
You dare.
I do want you to go into an ambush. Sneaky, sneaky. Skill points from Melvin. Master of the Dead Tier 2, 200% targeting range. Well, sounds pretty excellent. Peace treaty with the famished. See, here's the problem. You guys started this fight. But 5k sounds good. It looks like this army is bugged out. Umag's running for his life. And honestly, we're thankful. This Snazdrog did not move. An armored gauntlet pointed at everything living and unliving under the wrong banners. Alright, Nagash. Destroy. They flee, we can auto-resolve them and get back to hunting for more Warpstone. Karate Chop. And that's the end for the Savage Orc Invasion. 265 fall is by far the most we've lost in a battle. And we'll go ahead and take the extra gold. Back up to 20k. Arkin, can you reach Stormhenge? Perfect, go ahead and take it down. Thomas is... They're not sure what to do now. All of their allies have now betrayed them and signed peace treaties with Nagash, which means doom for their people. Badlands have been secured. We'll go ahead and pop in the Tempest of Death so we can zoom on out of there in a hurry. Stormhenge will go for... I like the Fetid Mire. East province, nice and protected. We've got 3 Warpstone now, so I am also keen on using it.
The chopper is in my hand. So
Go somewhere else, Umag. We've defeated your people. You're free to go. Just not here. And Nagash will have you teleport over to Gorgazan. We are conquering the known world in a hurry. More peasants for our army. And we'll simply loot and occupy for a bit more replenishment. And that's Barrier Idols also back under our control, which will pop in the Tempest of Death for zooming. Here we get him the Immortal Horror, so the Gash is going to be healing, I think, 60% total? No, just 30%. Extra healing cap, wound recovery time, all the good stuff. Kevin, we have nothing but spread control now for you. '91 leadership is nigh maxed out for the likes of Undead, so we'll just go ahead and grab the Deadly Blade and Woundmaker. Orkin. Renowned Feared is upkeep reduction and more movement, then we'll come back over to start actually going through his unique tree.
yes, Arch Necromancer.
Genevieve. Let's go growth. We want to try to max out these passes as quick as we can. Genevieve, from here, I'd rather like you to come back and go...
Yes, my Lord of Death.
Continue your journey to meet up with Neferata.
All shall fear.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent. We can go ahead and get you the Restore Necro Sphinx Shrine as well. Arkin here has all sorts of cool only for Himri stuff. Perfect. Go ahead and get rid of a couple of these wolves and bats. Bats and wolves shall not be gathering. Glad Nagash is close enough. Let's go ahead and grab 4 Nagash as our guard to be our main line. We will do Scorpions. Hekaran Warriors are not going to be great. 5 Archers seems fine for now, although I might want to trade them out for Chariots. This army honestly is terrifying. Grab one of the Shabti Great Bow, and then we can get him a hero. The Lich Priest is not really what I want. But a Lich Priest of Light could be pretty solid. Light and Death working together. Treacherous gives us extra defense and attack for Doom Scorpions. Toamon. We got 21,000. Let's go ahead and give Nagash then the other seals. We'll grab the other pyramid edges. The motorist seals gives us attack and defense whenever we are defending. Which is just incredible. Now on defense, we are terrifying. Hans, what's your strategy? Melvin, we're going to send you over here after Al-Haik. We'll upgrade Al-Haik to try to lure Raponce in. Yanakat.
The spirits agree. I relish the opportunity.
We're going to go all the way across the straits and threaten Kofur directly. Come back after Raponce. We have a 0% chance to do anything because we just succeeded, so that's fine. We'll just leave you here. Oh, you can still damage buildings. Let's go ahead and blow up the port. Oh, never mind. Again, you 0% chance. Alright, bring in Luther. We've got enough cash that Harkin should not bankrupt us. Upgrade the walls here at Casa Bar and the Haunted Mill as well. Dread King. If we move quick, we can hit backspace. Okay, so there's nothing really there. We're gonna move in. Oh, hey, Gator. Hiding just off screen. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe out your defenders of the Golden Tower and post up in here. Start looting all your goodies. And there's the long victory campaign, really. Glory to you, glory to us. The war will go on forever, as that is the nature of this turbulent world. But for this moment, we can claim victory. That gives us extra global recruitment capacity faction-wide by 2. We are not going to claim victory, though, until we get all of the Nagash Rising conditions finished. We're going to go all the way here with Nagash's story. So we need to claim 8 of the... It's all of them. To say, once it's to claim 8 of the settlements, oh, it's all of them. So we need to claim the Awakening, Drakenhof, and the ancient city of Quintex. Then we also need these Warpstone mines. Full 16 settlements. There are a heap of them. I also want to bring in all of the Mortarks as well. Yeah, the final step, usher in the Eternal Night and bind all in servitude to him alone. Pair up the Golden Tower and pop in the Fetid Mire, or... Ooh, you know what? Let's go for whatever corrupts the area faster. Yeah, the Wellspring of Corruption. That's the one. Then we get the Gateway to the Netherworld to get us access to some Mortis engines for this army. All we need is a single Mortis engine to keep everyone healing. Let's go Woundmaker, Hand of Nagash. Aura of Dark Majesty. Darkness. Yanakat will give you the Master of the Dead tier 2. Hey, they're just not going for it, bud. What if we recruit you a Lord that we can kind of dangle out there and look like he's weak? Bring back Intes, the Servant of Lust. And we'll have him March Dance. Yes, look how weak Intes is. Don't you want to come strike? Alright, no-nos. What can we give you? Restless Dead and Invocation sounds good. We can probably hand you out some ancillaries, too. Banner of the Hidden Dead? No. Burnt Banner of the Kings? Ah, the cavalry's here. Yar! Final Charge of the Samurai. We'll give you a Big Hatter. Keeper of Tomes, a Lich, and then one more. Some more research rate. Executioner's Axe. Ranger's Quiver doesn't work for you, but it will for some of our lads from the Vampire Coast. The Black Pearl False Eye. 20% more income from most battle loot.
Even the Lawmaster.
Even the Lawmaster cannot. You say that. The Hekaran Burial Chamber is Bone Giants and Lord Recruit rank. And the Nagashi Citadel is Hold the Line, lads. Incarnate. So just access to more of those units. Okay, so if anything, we're just going to get beeline towards the Nagashi Citadel and the Burial Chamber. And then anything else is just units we specifically want. So we'll circle. Alright, pull up our province tab. Kadak Asgal. Can we get even more gold? Yes, please. In fact, we'll go ahead and pop out the growth building for it. Alright, Lord not moved. Krell. Krell, I do want the Black Iron Mine. So let's go take it. Ah, the Dawi. Clan Rictus is here, but thankfully we care not for them. We'll run them right over and take me a mine. That's the World's Edge Mountains secured, at least the southern ones. We will go ahead and pop in the Master of Puppets, because the dwarfs are right on our border here. Eruption and Horde Growth, Krell's Squad, and clear out the Iron Mine for the Warpstone Mine. I think it, actually before we do, does it actually have the Warpstone Mine here? Oh, no, it doesn't. Well, in that case, keep it. Kadak Azul, I guess, is where the Warpstone's coming from. Alright, sweet business. North through here, and what heroes we have available? We can at least get some free skills by scouting Skaven Ruins. And try to help out by wounding runesmiths. Heavy emphasis on try. Look how it's specialist there, so those are cheaper. Those attempts. Same thing with you there, Abiamos. Jan Hansa. King Senuferet's moving on up now. Let's see about just blowing up one of his buildings here. No Shrine of Mine. And you failed. You can keep damaging the buildings until they fully blow up. He still can't do anything. But the first damage I don't think actually does anything except for kind of reduces the effects of it. After that, though, after that, cool stuff happens. You can destroy the building outright. Oh wait, you are our new Light Lich Priest. We'll give you Shim's Burning, Exorcism, Net of Emmentalk. The whole reason we grabbed this priest. Replenish troops, spread corruption. Perfect. Damage buildings all over. Well, these we'll probably have to leave alone. Because Response is on the way. Sweet business. Let's come on down to the Dread King, who is now in Lizardman territory, and we'll pass the turn. Alright, so Ungrim is now brave enough to declare war on us. Fair enough. Well, I guess that does mean Kalita is now in a lot of trouble. Sylvania, save us. Savage Orcs move into Kimri, even though we told them that they could have peace. That's okay. Their bones shall lead a new legion for us. Right, Melvin is besieged. We'll get over to Captain Drekla in a moment. I saw me a legendary hero. Alright, so Luther, vampires may all be cursed with madness, but this one's mine dances a dance all its own. The quintessence of a wild card, but a powerful vampire and a warlord all the same, with an easy reward to dangle. We'll fix your mind if you work for us. But I think he broke his... We've got the Slan gold. I think he broke his mind in the first place to get away from Nagash. It's well known that Lustrian gold is enchanted with all matter of esoteric properties. Harkin thinks it's going to restore his fractured mind. I think it ends up actually making it worse. 20% spell resistance, we got the Slan gold ability. You're going to drop recharge if you're a spellcaster. And then he's got a heap less raised dead cost, which I think we already are doing that for free, so not the best. He's got a Death Shriek Terrorgeist. Reckla's got a Promethean. And then we've got King Calhazar's Sun-Blanched Skull. The skull was gifted to Captain Dracula as a token of his appreciation for his excellent work as Harkon's second-in-command by the Pirate King himself. Further drops enemy winds of magic. Gives us an ability that is basically the Skull Storm. Hit 3 of them. Ward save and spell resist. Awesome. Well, Melvin's been surrounded by Raponce. But just by Raponce. Oh, he's gonna lose? Alright then. We might have to fight that one personally. Good news is Yannick can come in and attack Kofor and conquer this solo. To the tombs.
Drag them to our
Oh, you lucky.
embrace.
Oh, hang on now. Now that we've actually got an Arkin in, or not Harkin. Yeah, not Harkin. Harkin's in, we can get access to the gunnery mob now. And his factions units. So then, these zombies don't have pistols. Let's go ahead and get some zombies with pistols. Pistol zombies. Get ready.
You
We attack Kofor soon. That sounds like, Oh, it does. It sounds like night goblins. It is night goblins. Let's go blow up the musk fields. Oh, I failed. Maybe you would have spent less time laughing. Definition of madness. Once you restore all 3, you fix his mind. That's the way. Carcinization. Inside every creature, there's a crab waiting to emerge. I don't know about all that. Alright, cool. Let's fix up Harkin's mind. I'll spend the turns doing so. Let's go with this one first. It costs the most, but it gives us access to, if we are dealing damaged enemies and they drop below 20% health and they're not a lord or a hero, they'll just turn into some crabs. They'll outright die and they'll turn into crabs. I think sounds fantastic.
They will serve.
They will serve. Alright, Marvin, how are you doing? Let's go Gaze of Nagash to blast at Raponce. But we're definitely going to charge out an attacker, even if it's a valiant defeat. Let's just look around to see what else we can do before we go for that. That way I can save, drop the recording, we can be right back and lose really no time. Gator and Krokgar working together. Ooh, these are weak armies, bud. That's not going to do it. Let's go Lightning Strike first then, so it takes them longer to reinforce. It's indeed time. I actually want to do. We'll fight the battle with the Dread King first. Unless Auto Resolve is going to give it to us. Close victory. Oh, we cannot. Well, unfortunate for you guys. Well done. Golden Sword going to the Dread King's finest. Let's go ahead and replenish from here. That's Saurus Smiter, beating Krokgar, 2 extra control, and 10 more melee defense. Gator was slain, and we got a couple more goodies. We will then fall back to the Golden Tower and replenish. You losing that army is far worse for you than it is for me. Alright, Melvin, you've got a bunch of horsemen to drag on down. Let's get to it. Hit it with a quick save, I'll drop the recording, and we'll be right back for a battle against Joan of Arc. What's the battle map look like here for? It's just a crater. Well, this works out gloriously for our javelins. Beautiful. I don't think I've seen this crater map in a long time. Let's start deploying. We've got so many troops. Are you sure we're gonna lose? Zombies as the front line. Archers, which we have 4 of, surprisingly enough. Javelins. Probably best to have our javelin men on the flanks. We'll do 1 here. And 1 on the flank. They will be so incredibly effective against the enemy cavalry. Do the same thing here, flank and 1 in the center. Loaded corpses, I want to kind of hide in the middle. Bats will be perfect at hunting down those archers. In fact, we're going to bring our whole group up here on the high ground. There we go. High ground for these lads. We got Nagash as our guard, which I'm going to put in the back. As defense against any cavalry nonsense, we've got this many spearmen. 2 in the center. 1 off on this flank. Their job, hold the cavalry in place while everyone else throws things at them aggressively. Swordsmen on the flanks as well. Aaron Wraiths in the center with our spearmen. Bone Golem over on 1 of the flanks. Then what else we got? A couple more swordsmen. No reason not to. I can have a bulky group over here for any kind of cavalry charges. Dire Wolves further discourage any kind of charges in, and then the bats for hunting archers. So they do have the paladin on Pegasus, so he can kind of land wherever he wants. That means our bloated corpses are in lots of trouble. In fact, so much so that I kind of want to put them somewhere way away from the battle. Let's put 1 back over here. And 1, like, back over here. We can try to utilize them, but if the paladin goes flying that way, that's just how it's going to be. Alright, so all of our infantry, let's go ahead and control I to get all of them. Group and in guard mode. Kind of surprising you guys are counting as infantry. That'll work. For whom the bell tolls. Let's get to it. Rise, minions. Are you gonna wait? Well, I mean, I'm gonna oblique order you from one of these top positions then. We'll go. Nah, I mean, we lose the high ground then. Yeah, let's do something like this. We'll go this way. Bats go fly up front to be obnoxious, and then everyone else can move. Speed things up. Are they going to advance? That's fine, lads. I'll just back up here. Seems like the bats coming forward has activated their cavalry. So in fact, let's just let those cavalry come on in and die. Seems good to me. They are going to aggressively try a flank. Let's just take this position of our army then and rotate them ever so slightly more. Bats come on back. Looks like they're going to try to separate our forces. It's not going to work. They're going to try. Throw some magics this way. We've got the paladin flying on in. You can see him there. Alright, you ready for that charge? Go heals across the board here. Let's go ahead and surround the paladin. Miscast is unfortunate. Aaron Rays, get ready. Oh, you lucky dog. Alright, gets our general. Bold strategy cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. Destroy, destroy. Beautiful cavalry charges across the way. Love to see it. Bone Golem, go ahead and pursue these knights errant. Spearmen charge right through into the likes of Henri Le Massif. Javelins up the hill. Cairn Rays, surround and destroy Reponse. Drop the heals here. Zombies go bog them down. Spearmen start working your way around. These guys are doomed. Nagas bog them in, and then the spearmen can catch them after. Alright, boom boys. Gonna try to send them in here. How much damage do you think we get? To the other explosive over the top, archers go ahead and start picking off these peasant bowmen as they work their way through. We lose our general just like that? Wow. Well, that's unfortunate. In fact, that's probably going to spell the end of our... Good grief. Did you see how fast the leadership went away? Meanwhile, when the other side has this many troops left, they don't break like this. Turn and chuck those javelins. Kill as many as you can. Should have paid a better closer attention to our lord here. Give those boys a hug. Skadoosh. That's from the entire set of knights errant. And it's really obnoxious that our units are going to lose that much leadership after our general dies. Yes, that's how it works for the undead, but it's not how it works for the AI. I think we still are likely to win this battle, but it's going to be a bit of a spicy one. Everyone fire on Henri. Lock him down. Find another target there, bloated corpse. Yeah, we've got him, but unfortunately we've got to get ourselves a new lord.
The summoning begins.
The summoning begins. Any of our javelins that remain, go ahead and throw at Reponse. Back him down, spears. Pretty nice charge there for those knights errant. Give them a hug. Ah, they got to blow it up before we managed to get in there. Unfortunate. Drag him down, spears. Get a nice rear charge there. Keep these knights away from us. It's just the paladins. If the paladins can manage to hold the line, their army is doomed. Your warriors are rallying. There we go. Paladins are gone, it's just Reponse, and she is unbreakable, so... If I pull the Cairn Rays away, let all of those missile troops turn and fire on her. Her paladins may escape, but she shall not. Cairn Rays go get pursuing some of those men-at-arms. Same thing there. Bone Golems go find a guy and give him a hug. Oh, is Reponse running? I mean, that's only going to work a little bit. Fall back there. Spearmen. Catch Reponse. Everyone just throw your missiles. Reponse the pincushion. Those bats decided they don't want to fight any longer, which I guess is fair enough. I know I didn't tell the direwolves to attack you. Go through. The halo of the lady. Hit her with some more jabs. Spearmen fall back. There she goes. Excellent. Well, we'll pursue the rest of Rapunzel's troops here, and I will catch you in a moment. I'm gonna run. No, there's no escape. Just the void. I know you've got a lot of ward save. Melvin falls like a champion defending his homeland from Rapunzel. He will be replaced easily. We will go ahead and take a bit of replenishment there. Rapunzel's force retreats. We have a heap of cash and another army on the way. Elvin was slain in battle. We'll just bring in another Master of Mines. Welcome, Jan Hansa.
Soon I'll be
We're gonna get change his name immediately to Larry. So everyone say hello to Larry.
Bring me flesh to craft.
Larry will give you an aura of supremacy to further drop everyone's leadership. Such a good ability. And then Larry, do we have any ROR besides the King of Druthor? No. Okay, so let's give you... Got 4 slots available. We'll go 1 more Spearman. And then replace the bows we lost. His Rapunzel kept exploding the holy Maiden's Wrath in the middle of our line.
I'll be all power.
It was quite rude. So all powerful. Check our provinces here. We should be able to do upgrades just about everywhere we want. Light water. Let's go ahead and grab the Chasm of Souls, some more income. Haunted Gemstone Mine for more income, and walls, keep it all protected. Central jungles, get the better walls going. Mortis. Let's ignore that one. Sultan Karakazul. Haunted Mill and more income over in Balakwa? Yes, please. And then from there we go find our new Mortarch. Luther the Crazy. Luther Harkon. Everyone's favorite. We got Death Street. Oh, so he doesn't end up having an abyssal horror. That's unfortunate. You can get all of these here with Luther, where I think normally you have to choose. We've got Fractured Mind for Frenzies. Let's get Restless Dead and Inspiring Presence to start. Glory of Nagash to make sure we are, well, Restless Dead and then Dark Conduit. Inspiring Presence. Hunger, then Fractured Mind. Man of War gives us a recruit rank. Leadership for pirates. Explosive bullets, yes please. By which death is an expertly dealt, assuming it doesn't blow your hand off in the process. Moment of Lucidity and the Pirate King, upping production for the whole army. Severed from the Winds. Yeah, we'll get his whole line. We'll get Tenacity and then movement range. Bonus V Infantry, and Arsonist. Missile strength for all of our artillery. Okay, so from here we go Monkey Jacket to give him some ward save. Yes, they're from the east. Annoying, yet useful. Their hides particularly. Oh, so these are... Oh, wow. They skinned monkey people. They skinned monkey people and used them as jackets. Oh, wow. Alright, we're gonna go this way. Let's... ignore the obvious horrifying. We've got the Taunt ability, which drops a whole bunch of goodies. Now we're going to go for Replenishment, Endless Undeath. I think we will need Lightning Strike here with all of the Lizardmen. And then we'll do All Is Mine. Otherwise, with the Black Flag. They give no quarter and never, ever give up the chase.
King of the Vampires.
Alright, Captain Dracula, what do you got going on? Luther is the same as always. the right hand of Luther Hawken. So you are a vampire of, well, I guess a vampire window magic caster. I'll give you that ward save right away. Right hand of the Pirate King gives us experience and base damage. Loyal crew is attack and defense for all of our zombies. Bonus of infantry. Pirates in crime as guardians, and then buffing up Arkin. Then heart piercing. Captain fights without speaking, his heavy cutlass rising and falling like an executioner's axe. Ichor and slime spattering his barnacle-crusted coat. He's just a pirate badass there. Excuse me, I'd like to know what this ability does. It sunders armor, and it deals a heap of damage. Then he has a specific ability, the Silver Hook of Sartosa. Uses his hook to pinion his foes in place, trapping them beneath his brutal impact of his blade. By hammer and sickle. So this is dropping enemy damage and they can't move. That's what it's a hex ability, it's a net ability. Giving you also more income from sacking for our accompanying lord, more melee attack, weapon strength, and bonus infantry of 8. Let's go battle hardened pirate, loyal crew, heart piercing. More replenishment. Melee attack and stalk. On his, he's got a sneaky crab. And then we'll also grab the Invocation of the Heck for some heals. Red King, you're not part of this, but I think we'll give you... All is mine. You Arcane Conduit for you. Points for Krell. Krell can get reanimate. We'll hang out here with Horkin. What damage can we do here in... We're already at war with the Lizard Man. This is gonna be spooky.
Admiral of the fleet.
Alright, Luther, you go ahead and set up in the Awakening. Move those bones. Get us to that place of death. You join up with Horkin, and we're gonna set up for some aggressive defense. So the Port of the World Bond. This hulking port sits at the mouth of the Great Ocean. Any who cross these seas risk encounters of the dead kind. Gives us a healthy garrison of zombie pirates and Cairn Rays and Bone Golems. Income from ports faction-wide, and income from ports 20% here. Looks like the Awakening's where we're going to be making some money.
My madness is not weakness.
But of course. What can you recruit over here, Luther? No more lords, so that'll allow the Lizardmen to attack us outside of the settlement. Let's do some more gun mob. Then Harkin can recruit either polearms or deckhand mob, and buffs them up a fair bit. The bone throwers are not amazing for inside walls. The Morghasts are just goofy strong. But they take 5 turns to come on in, so that is the trade-off. Let's grab a Unholy Lodestone Corpse Cart to keep the lads fighting, and also... What I'm thinking of, maybe I want the Balefire one. Flaming and magical attacks, yeah, I want the Balefire cart. Holy Lodestone is extra heals, right? Extra heals and leadership. Well, this one just buffs up their damage. Yeah, they give Vigor Mortis, and yeah, perfect. That's the one I want. 3 turns is a little bit unfortunate, but we'll be playing defense for a bit anyway. What else would make sense here? Skeletal Hoplites would be pretty tough. Let's go all in on missile troops. So let's get another Ushabti Greatbow. And then a bunch of just archers. We'll shoot the lizards to death from afar. And we'll allow the Awakening to kind of slowly upgrade. Perfect. We won't worry about claiming the Pox Marsh or Tlax. We'll just let those be claimed up by the Lizardmen. We'll hold in our Tower of the Awakening and Let them come to us until we're powerful enough to strike back. Likely, actually, we'll go ahead and give the King of Drurthor over to them, because we could use the extra help. So Luther, we'll go ahead and kick you guys out and grab in Drurthor, King of Grimbarrow.
Is mine.
Mandy, they're not interested. Doesn't help you keep failing in your ambushes.
Better than all.
Let's have Intez walk forward. And we'll try to go for the old lure him in with some Crypt Ghoul recruitment. He's got just one unit himself that should hopefully lure them in.
Tomb rot.
Boom, rot. Alright, so we can send Pop and a Gash out now. Definitely using our Warp Stone to teleport. I want to send him back over towards Skaven Blight so we can get that under our control. So we'll go into a march stance, run as far as we can, and then teleport from there. I should hit backspace, because we could have gone further from there. Or we could have basically teleported to Xandri and then kept our march to move to the Pools of Despair. Where here we can only get over to Xandri, really. Which, I mean, is still better than crossing the... Still better than crossing the river. Annie, nope, you're in ambush mode. Rel. We'll have you turn back around and go after Kazran's Stout Beak, because it looks like Kalana's coming after the Sump Pit. There's absolutely nothing we'll be able to do about that, but we can get some vengeance if she moves on. Rest in peace, Karak Azul. We'll take the... I like that it says 0, but it's going to fill our faction up to full. Let's do the extra wins. Oh, Krell can reach the Sump Pit? Oh, he can.
This is absurd.
I would agree, Kalana. You should go home. Otherwise, you're gonna get to meet Krell's axe. Alright, Larry. Can have you go out after Thomas the Devoted. Can we get anything good here from our raised dead pool? We can get some Nehekaran warriors. They at least should count better for global. Or for auto-resolve. And let's wipe out Thomas. See, I care not for how many troops I have to lose. That's a win. We replenish, and that's another army gone.
Grave times.
Alright, Larry. Now you can set up and start getting a few more... I can't be out probably because Nagash is in March Stance. Give you some Crypt Ghouls. Gonna take a bunch of turns. We'll just get the one unit of Crypt Ghouls. And then replace those Javelin, because they are very good. Like that, our army is back and up to full. Fighting the undead is goofy.
It is night.
Power up Larry a bit more here. I'll go ahead and give him some ancillaries in between. He doesn't deserve anything too crazy. He's but a normal necromancer. 4,000 positive income is so nice. Let's go ahead and give the Dread King his reinforcements, like I said. So we'll give him a Traitor King with knowledge of... Oh, he gets Dark Riders. Let's get a Cavalry army. That sounds awesome. So the Dread King himself can be more of an infantry force, and we'll have the BMOs be elephants and cavalry. Global's all taken up, though. Okay, so for now, we'll just keep you with nothing, except for some zombies.
Yes, grovel and beg.
Grovel and beg. I guess we'll have him recruit up some more through Global soon. We'll have them move together. So the Dread King can replenish up next turn. I'm gonna actually have him come outside and channel. This should provide lots of replenishment still. Can't reach us. Thorak could jump through the underway, but they've been so weakened by our last war that they just don't have the troops right now. Yashazar, absolutely. Action-wide, Lord Recruit rank. I think the Citadel's going to be needed. And the Lodestone of Darkness for more. Banshee. BMOs, you're not moving, sir. And for setting up an ambush, Dracula is holding the line there. Genevieve's going to be on the way. Give Genevieve her orders again. Because she's not going the right way. So we'll have you come up here to join with Neferata. However long of a journey that is. Excellent. I also want to start getting Arkan and General to roll with him as well. So I think that's also going to end up being a Traitor King. We'll have this be probably Minkaus, our General from the very beginning. But Minkaus will just roll with Arkan.
We never tire.
We never tire.
Land of the dead.
Ignore that, ignore the heroes. Damaged buildings where? In Zandri? I think we can afford to repair them. They're so weak, I don't think they'd be able to do anything anyway. Burn. Alright, we do manage to ambush King Agatep, so we can just give him a quick 1-2 tap to the side of the head, and he goes away. And now it's time for Thorgrim to declare war. We'll leave Sylvania out of this so they can focus on Azag and the stunties coming out of Karakadren. Azak! Alright, and Yannakat can deal with Manon and the settlement garrison at the same time. Easy. Well, the Undead Crusade's going very well. Ali Sigibald's gone, and now the Nemesis Crown is in the hands of the World Walkers. The definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. We would lose! Alright, well, let's encircle. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the...
Destroy them.
the merge there.
Make them suffer.
Recruit as many more men as we can and then just wipe them out. Pyrrhic victory works for me. Over falls. We shall loot and occupy. Pardon Nightmare there, and that's the coast of Araby secured for Nagash. Gopher docks are giving us a bit of income, replenishment rate, and growth.
Bats and wolves, gather.
Larry can wipe out Leonard. Yeah! Battle of the Elves, and that is Leonas gone. So Larry, you turn around and guard El Haik. We'll just basically have both of these guys set up and start rebuilding armies to then launch fleets across. We're going to conquer the rest of Araby, and then we'll launch fleets across to go grab Skaven Blight. Excellent, excellent. Let's come on in and grab the next of Arkan's Definition of Madness. The exhumed ancient catacombs there. Looks like the lizardmen are falling back. That's what I would do. Drop into an ambush. BMOs will have you set up and start getting some cavalry here. There's no limit on Nagash's Knights, really. Let's get 2 of them. I thought we had access to more skeletal lancers. I guess not. Or unless I completely passed them. We've got so many. There they are. Royal Guard lancers. And honestly, funnily enough, Unholy Lodestone Corpse Court for the center here is great, so the zombies can kind of walk along. Oh, hang on now. I want this army to be eventually nothing but cavalry. For now, the zombies are just there to be a shield. 2 Nagashes are guard. Knights. Oh, they're just better in every way. We get 4 of them. Full of undead chariots. A scorpion. This will just be a fast-moving army. We need a couple of single entities to bog lads down. Gimli, we can start the rebuilding process here. Put back in the walls and pop in the Charnel Plaza as well. Excellent, and with that, that's going to be all the time I have got for today. Our Undead Empire is growing quite quickly. Let's see how Neferata's doing up here.
Ready to face your doom.
That is nothing but Doom Seekers. I am not keen on fighting against Kedekadrin already. Thankfully, they've got lots of other enemies, but like I said, I'm out of time for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by today's Legions of Nagash's R campaign. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the Zepthon, and I'll see you all in the next one.